or we won't record. Okay, take two. Hello everybody and welcome back to Lilith's Attic. It's another Tarot Card Tuesday. My name is Julia Pasqua. It's been a little bit chaotic. We're just rolling through. This week we have the last in the Pentacle suit. We have the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles, being a king card, is very stable in masculine energy. Keywords are wealth and generosity. As you can see, the king is sitting on a throne surrounded by lots of vines as they're crawling up his throne as well as all over him, showing a very grounded and rooted person being masculine energy. This is a king who has everything that he needs. He's a very gracious king. He's not power hungry, and he also shares with others as he is growing like the fruit of the vine, and he shares that crop with his kingdom, people around him, etc. If you pull this card, it can represent a really stable person in your life, or that you are in a very stable part of your life. If you read this card in reverse, it can mean someone who's the opposite, who is only focused on financial wealth or can be very greedy, or that can be you, who is the person who is being greedy. All right, you guys, let's go make the King of Pentacles. Last Pentacles, let's go. So for my King of Pentacles, kind of throwing back to last week, or was it the week before with Ferdinand the Bull, I resorted to another child book. There is a book called The Quiltmaker's Gift. Highly, highly recommend if you guys have not read it, or if you're nerdy about children's books like I am. And it's about a king who has everything and nothing can make him happy. And there's this quilt maker who lives on the mountain who gives to those who are in need, and her quilts are beautiful, and she usually gives those to people who need shelter or warmth and who are in need of her loving quilts. And the quilt maker gets requested by the king to make a quilt, and she refuses. She says, "You don't need a quilt. You have everything you could possibly want in life. I'm not making you a quilt." And she doesn't. And he finally begs her and says, "What can make you make me a quilt?" And she said, "Get rid of everything. Get rid of everything you don't need in your life, and then I'll give you a quilt." So he gets rid of all of his riches. He gets rid of everything he has in the palace, essentially. And as he's getting rid of things, he's realizing it makes him feel really, really good. So then when he has nothing, the quilt maker grants him his quilt because he finally is in need of one. And he realized what it means to share that happiness and that wealth with other people. And he found the goodness in his heart. So long story short, that is what this king reminded me of. It reminded me of the king from the Quiltmaker's Gift. So we are making our little King of Pentacles sitting on a tree as the sun is setting above the ocean, because in parts of the book he threatens the woman to make her a quilt and like banishes her out to the middle of the ocean. We have the King of Pentacles sitting above the ocean too, also representing how we're all connected by the water, just like the vines in the original king, showing the very earthly power of this card. And we have him chilling up in a tree, hanging out, holding his quilt right next to him, with a little bird flying next to him too, which is another little wink to the children's book. And having this very grounded, very stable king, a man who had to learn through struggle and difficulty, and realizing that sometimes things don't make you happy. It's the people and the experiences that make you happy. And that's the opposite of greed, which is the reverse of this card. And that is my King of Pentacles, and that is my last pentacle. Yeah. My message from me to you this week is to see the value in things that maybe aren't financial, see the value in people, see the value in actions and things that you do around you, and make sure to be like that king and be more outwardly giving than greedy. So we are done with Pentacles. That means next week we are moving into Swords. I am trying to learn to find the strength in the Swords versus the stabby, murdery side of Swords. I thought the Tower and the Devil cards were bad, but God, some of those swords, whew, we're gonna have a hell of a 14 weeks, people. And that does mean when we're done with those 14 weeks that we will have a full deck. Can you believe it? It's been more than a year. It's funny to watch my transformation, where I used to get all dressed up and look nice, and now I'm sitting here in this, and we're doing a Tarot Card Tuesday. But you know what? We work with what we got. And like I said, we do these every week. No matter what, we prevail, we push through, and we're here. It's been a little bit of chaos, inventory flying back and forth across the country between shows. So if you have any Etsy orders with me, please be patient. Someone will be sending those out to you. It might not be me, but they will be coming to you here shortly. And if you haven't checked out my Etsy store, good little plug for link in bio. And I have my last show up here in Colorado this coming weekend in Estes Park. I'm so stinking excited. It's so beautiful out there. Way to go out with a bang. Okay. I I think that's everything I have for you. My life has been kind of chaotic. I will announce more announcements soon because that's proper English. That sounds right. I will announce more announcements soon. A lot going on, and we have some new products launching. We have restocks coming. We have just a lot of things rolling into September. Appreciate each and every one of you for sticking with me and for being here. And I will see you, as always, no matter what, next Tuesday. Mwah! Thank you guys for your support. See you then. Bye! It's another tarot card Tuesday.